welcome back to Lewis Precision Gunsmithing. I want to take just a few minutes to kind of introduce a customer's gun that I have. He brought into the shop. When he brought it in, of course, the frame was cracked, and of course you can't shoot it like that. It was cracked right in here around the trigger area, and so I knew it couldn't be repaired, so we sent it back to Glock to see if they would warranty the gun. It's a Generation 3. We're in the state of California. He did have some custom modifications to the gun, so I knew it was going to be a little iffy. They're not going to warranty a gun that you've messed with, so you just need to know that right out front. But what I want to talk about is Glock's customer service. When I called the representative there, he was very nice and gracious and explained the situation, that they would not warranty the gun. However, what they did say they would do is go ahead and replace the frame with a new serial number, destroy the old one, and do that for $100 plus the tax. And so that's really a pretty good bargain when you think about it. So you think about when you pay for a gun, what kind of service are you going to get with that? What kind of customer satisfaction do they deliver? And so what I'm putting in is an Evo Elite 3.5 complete trigger kit. It's a very good kit for the money, and it's going to give you a good quality product. I tell you what, Ghost is just a great manufacturer. When you call them, if you have a question, their customer service representatives will take you through, ask you what you're trying to do with the gun, what you want to achieve, and they will make recommendations based on your price point, on what you can afford. And some of those kits you can do yourself. This one, I wouldn't recommend it, because there is a fine-tune adjustment that if you don't get this right, then it's not going to function. You'll pull the first shot off and it will not reset the fire of the second shot. So it's very important that you have a qualified gunsmith or somebody that knows what they're doing do this work. Okay, we have this G19 disassembled. I want to take just a few minutes to identify parts. If you've owned a Glock before, then you already know what I'm going to tell you, but nevertheless, there may be somebody watching this video that doesn't understand. So we have the slide, obviously, here. I'm going to talk a little bit about the extractor and how that applies in this particular design that Glock has. And then we've got the trigger group. We have the trigger bar, and the connector right here. Of course, the ejector is on there as well. Recoil spring and recoil rod. And we have the barrel here. We have a striker. Glock calls it a firing pin, but it's a striker fired gun. This is a striker spring, and then these are the cups that hold the spring in place, and of course the bushing back here. And then we have a safety plunger. The safety plunger is right here. You can see that or not. There's a safety plunger, and then of course the spring. Now we're going to replace that plunger spring with this particular kit, and that's going to help to pull or to improve that trigger pull. We also have the extractor plunger, and then the extractor plunger spring, and always remember metal to metal, so that when you look at the extractor, it's metal to metal. Remember that when you put it back together. It's plastic to plastic, metal to metal. Make sure you put it back together that way. So I want to talk just a little bit about, and of course this is your locking block, you know that. And then this is important. When you go to take that trigger pin out, you want to make sure that you move this slide lock back and forth, because if you don't, you're going to break something. So that you move it back and forth and that pin just falls right out. And the other thing is to be careful with this tension spring here. When you pull out that top pin, if you're not careful, you'll break the end of that off. So a couple of things to look out for. The other thing that we have here are the two striker springs that come with the new Ghost Elite Kit. We have a new 6-pound trigger spring and a safety plunger spring as well. We're going to put all of these in there. I'm going to use the competition spring because the guy's going to use this for target practice, target work. And of course, also we're going to replace the striker spring with the 4-pound spring. And there is a personal defense spring in here as well, or a carry spring that's at 6 pounds. These springs come at 6 and 4 pounds, and so you can use either one depending on your application. And it's going to give you nice, clean, steady shots every single time. Every pull will be exactly like the first one. You won't have the bump. If you like the bump, don't go with this kit. But if you want a smooth trigger that's going to come down and give you a steady shot and deliver what you want, then the Evo Elite 3.5 trigger is the way to go. So I'm going to go ahead and do some work on this, and we'll put it back together and just check it out, and we'll take it to the range and fire it and see what we get. I just want to take a few seconds to show you the gun is empty. You can see all the way through there, nothing in there. I want to show you how this trigger works now. This is straight back. There is no step. You pull it until it releases, and then look at the reset. Look at that reset, just right there, nice and crisp. You can feel it on the pad of your finger. You can also hear it with your ears, even with your hearing protection on. So it's really going to work for you. The other thing I did is put in the 4-pound striker spring, because this guy's going to use this gun for target practice. This kit comes with a 6-pound spring as well, and you can use that if you want to use it for personal defense. You know, personal defense pull is going to be about 5.5 is what it registers, but it feels like 3.5. So it is fantastic. A lot of Glock owners love the way this changes the dynamics of the game here. So I hope that you've enjoyed the video. I know you have a choice of places to go on YouTube. Man, there are thousands, if not, yeah, at least thousands of different types of gun videos out there. Thanks for stopping by. If you want to get in touch with me, you can get a hold of me at 760-920-6187. Look me up on the web at lewisprecisiongunsmithing.com, or you can email me at gunsmith1958@gmail.com. I look forward to seeing you next time. We're going to be working on a 1911 for a customer. Going to do a trigger job on that, and you just can't beat the trigger on a 1911. Series 70, Series 80, you can still get a really good job if you know what you're doing. So stay tuned. We'll see you next time. Be safe and keep them in the X-ring.